So finally, I figured it out. It's been a bit of a dramatic week or so, and the one that one quote from what was it, one of the Batman movies, I think that and I've heard it elsewhere as well. That the night is darkest before the dawn came to mind. So it's been about 10 years of me trying to figure out what the hell is going on with my body. Intolerant to a million foods and eczema and problems with histamines and gut issues and sleep issues, anxiety, depression, muscle problems with nerves twitching in the muscles, all this stuff. It's been about a 10-year battle to heal this stuff, and probably another 10 years prior to that where I was suffering from it. So it's been, a 20-year journey. And finally, I believe I figured it out. So the story is you probably, if you've watched my other videos, I went on accidentally sort of came across eating just fruit and meat together, and it seemed to be really good. I still had mild reactions, but I could eat a ton of meat and the reactions weren't crazy like they normally are. It was just small. And from there, that lasted like 4 or 5 days, and then suddenly I flared up worse than I've had that I can remember. Just everything was just gone wrong, and it was about 36 hours of some of the worst depression I've ever had, just from the inflammation and everything that sometimes happens as a result of these issues. So I basically, it was just a dark 36 hours, like, because of the hope, the amount of hope that I'd had. I was so excited thinking, the fruit and meat is working, and suddenly it just stopped working. And I just felt so low, and put the actual inflammation and all the problems on top of that, and it was just a really low time. So that was when things got really dark, and from there I just thought, fuck it, I'm just gonna try eating a keto meal. So I ate about 700 grams of steak. I ate a big green salad with avocado, and no reactions at all. Nothing I could tell. Usually steak would just send me crazy in terms of the intensity of the reactions, but nothing, and it was just peaceful, really amazing. So looks like it was the carbs. The reason the meat and fruit thing wasn't well, I can see it now, because when I first did the meat and fruit thing, I cut out the grains and the potatoes and everything that I was eating. So that's, I've eaten that stuff my whole life, every meal basically, and bread and stuff. And suddenly I dropped it down to whatever it was for the fruit, probably about, 200 grams of carbs from the 500-600 I'd normally be eating. And so obviously looking at it now, I had mild reactions, but they were so mild, and I thought, this is it, I've found it. But there are other times when when I had the huge flare up, I think I ate some watermelon and probably too much fruit, and it went back up again. So dropping from a usual, grains and starches diet to the fruit and meats, drop the carbs so the reactions were less but still there. Drop off the fruit, go keto or low carb, and there was nothing. So it looks like my whole life it's been the sugar doing it rather than the histamines or the meat like I thought. It's just for some reason. Who knows why? I don't care. Why isn't going to matter. All that matters now is that I figured it out. So my plan from here, I'm still trying to get as fat as possible for my 5-day dry fast starting Sunday. And so I'm going to keep it mainly keto foods. After that, I'm just going to... I really still want to, because I do a lot of exercise, I really still want to be able to exercise. So I guess I'm going to have to balance the keto with the some level of carbs at some point. So maybe I'll just refeed on fruit or whatever a couple of days a week and stay keto for 5 or whatever. But yeah, at this point I'm pretty stoked. I mean, it's been a wild journey. I had to reach some pretty crazy lows, but from that I eventually figured out what it was. So yeah, onwards and upwards from here.